Welcome students in the social science class. With this class today we will start with the most awaiting chapter, that is Nazism and the rise of Hitler. In this chapter we will study about that what is Nazism, who is Hitler, and why we are going to study this, why we are studying Hitler, about the Hitler in this chapter. Second thing, we will relate the Germany and its whole issue, how Germany is related to the Second World War and how Hitler is related to the Second World War. In this chapter we will see that what were the conditions which gave rise to the Second World War. After the First World War, it gives rise to the Second World War. What were the conditions? What were the problems? In this chapter you will also learn about the Hitler's personality. He was regarded as a person who do crimes against humanity. But it will be very interesting fact for you to know that before this Hitler was not born, he was made. What were the conditions which made the Hitler to such an arrogant person? We will study in this chapter how he arranged his propaganda, how he maintained his army, and he want to make Germany as a mighty power and to control the whole Europe. So we will see in this chapter what were the conditions which are responsible for the Second World War also. You have to note here that the time period in which Second World War was fought, जब सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर की लड़ाई स्टार्ट हुई थी, टाइम पीरियड था 1939 से 1945 के बीच का टाइम. इज़ इट क्लियर? तो इस टाइम पीरियड में क्या क्या सिचुएशंस हुई. आई नो दिस इज़ अ न्यू चैप्टर फॉर यू. फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर के बारे में भी आपको थोड़ी हिंट मिल जाएगी इस चैप्टर में. सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर क्यों हुआ, क्या रीज़न थे मेन, कौन सी ट्रीटी किस कंट्रीज़ पर लागू हुई, ये सब हम पढ़ेंगे. अलाइड पावर कौन सी थी, एक्सेस पावर कौन सी थी. ये कुछ नए वर्ड्स हैं जो आपको समझोगे. विदाउट एनी फियर आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू ईच एंड एवरी टॉपिक, सो लिसन केयरफुली विद दिस. थोड़ी सी हिंट आपको बता देता हूँ मैं, तो आपका चैप्टर थोड़ा आसान हो जाए. आपको स्टार्टिंग तो इंट्रोडक्शन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, एक थी अलाइड पावर्स, एक थी एक्सेस पावर. इज़ इट क्लियर? नाउ विच आर अलाइड पावर, विच आर एक्सेस पावर. सबसे पहले तो ये समझना हमें. देखो, वर्ल्ड वॉर फर्स्ट जब हुआ था उससे पहले कुछ फ्रेंडली नेशंस ने एक गठबंधन बनाया अपना. ठीक है, गठबंधन यानी अलाइड पावर्स मींस फ्रेंडली रिलेशंस बनाई कंट्रीज़ ने भी. अगर एक कंट्री को कोई अटैक करता है दूसरा एनिमी पावर, तो वो दूसरा फ्रेंड जो कंट्री है उसकी वो हेल्प करेगा उसके साथ. ठीक है, तो इसमें हम देखेंगे जो अलाइड पावर्स थी उसमें फ्रांस, ब्रिटेन, रशिया और बाद में यूएसए की एंट्री होती है. इज़ इट क्लियर? तो अलाइड पावर्स में फ्रांस, ब्रिटेन, रशिया और यूएसए था. क्लियर? और एक्सेस पावर जो फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर में सेंट्रल पावर थे वो थे एक्सेस पावर जो है जर्मनी, इटली, जापान. इज़ इट क्लियर? एक्सेस पावर है जर्मनी, इटली, जापान. दीज आर इन द सेंट्रल पावर्स ऑल्सो. अभी मैप आपको मैं लास्ट में दिखाऊंगा इस वीडियो के, उसमें आपको देखकर क्लियर हो जाएगा बिल्कुल कि जो सेंट्रल पावर्स है वो सेंटर में है लोकेशन में, और जो अलाइड पावर्स है वो आसपास है. जैसे रशिया राइट में है जर्मनी के, फ्रांस लेफ़्ट में है जर्मनी के. ठीक है, उसी तरीके से नॉर्थ साइड में है, नॉर्थ वेस्ट साइड में यूके है जर्मनी के. सो व्हाट वर द कंडीशंस विच लीड्स टू दिस. अब होल कंसेप्ट हम समझेंगे. नाजिज़म क्या है, सबसे पहले ये समझते हैं. नाजिज़म एक आइडियोलॉजी है जो हिटलर के द्वारा बनाई गई थी. हिटलर कौन था इसके बारे में हम इस लेसन में डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. इज़ इट क्लियर? हिटलर एक पर्सन था जिसने जर्मनी को माइटी पावर बनाने के बारे में सोचा, और यूरोप में उसको नंबर 1 कंट्री बनाना चाहता था जर्मनी को, और जितना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा टेरिटरीज़ ऑक्यूपाई करना चाहता था उसने की भी. no doubt, but some conditions was against them. That situation has worsened and he lost the war. अब सेकंड वर्ल्ड वार में एक विनर थे, एक लूज़र थे। विनर पार्टी में कौन थे? फ्रांस, यूके, रशिया एंड यूएसए। ठीक है, फ्रांस, ब्रिटेन, रशिया एंड यूएसए। और दूसरी तरफ थे जर्मनी, इटली, जापान। अब आप तो सोचोगे नेचुरली जहाँ पे कंट्रीज़ ज़्यादा है वो जीतेंगे, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं था। जर्मनी with the efforts of Hitler they reach at the peak also, but when USA entered in the allied powers then it changed the situation। वो सारा कुछ पढ़ेंगे हम इस चैप्टर में। टिल द टाइम आप ये समझो भी एक पार्टी हार गई थी, जर्मनी हार चुकी थी, जर्मनी वॉज डिफीटेड एंड अदर अलाइड पावर्स हैज़ गॉट विन। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द चैप्टर। ये स्टोरी हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। स्टोरी ऑफ हेलमथ। हेलमथ एक 11 ईयर्स ओल्ड स्टूडेंट था, 11 ईयर्स ओल्ड बॉय था, जर्मन बॉय, जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे सिचुएशन। अब सिचुएशन क्या है? आपने फिल्म मूवीज़ देखी है, फ्लैशबैक में स्टोरी जाती है, ठीक है। इसमें अभी हम स्टार्टिंग पढ़ेंगे 1945 का, आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड वार, ठीक है। आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड वार 1945 की सिचुएशन पढ़ रहे हैं। अब स्टोरी इसके बाद में फ्लैशबैक में जाएगी, ठीक है। इज़ इट क्लियर? आई होप ऑल थिंग इज़ क्लियर टू यू। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द चैप्टर। नाउ इन द स्प्रिंग ऑफ 1945 a little 11-year-old German boy Helmut was lying in a bed when he overheard his parents discussing something in serious tone. His father, a prominent physician, deliberated with his wife whether the time had come to kill the entire family or if he should commit suicide alone. अब देखो, हेलमथ ने पेरेंट्स बात कर रहे थे कुछ सीरियस टोन में, तो हेलमथ ने क्या सुना भी उसके फादर बात कर रहे हैं अभी अब टाइम आ चुका है कि या तो हम पूरा परिवार सुसाइड करें या फिर वो अकेला सुसाइड करे। तो हिज फादर स्पोक अबाउट हिज फियर ऑफ रिवेंज, सेइंग नाउ अलाइज विल डू टू अस व्हाट वी डिड टू द क्रिपल्ड एंड द ज्यूज। The next day he took Helmut to the woods where they spent their last happy time together singing old children's songs. Later Helmut's father shot himself. Now here is a question arises in your minds. What was the conditions? Why was he, the father of Helmut, commit suicide? And why in one day before he was talking about that might we have to kill the entire family or he commits suicide alone? So what were the conditions? We all study this in the chapter. Remember the date, we are talking about the time of 1945 after the Second World War. Helmut remembers that he saw his father's bloody uniform being burnt in the family fireplace. So traumatized was he that by what he had overheard and what had happened that he reacted by refusing to eat at home for following 9 years. अब हेलमथ ने यह सब सुन के, ठीक है, क्लियर, he reacted that he even don't eat the food for 9 years at his home. Why? What was the reason? He was afraid that his mother might poison him. जैसा कि उसने सुना था उसके फादर बोल रहे थे might be we have to kill the entire family or he should commit suicide alone. ये आपने पढ़ा ना। तो उस 11 ईयर बॉय हेलमथ के माइंड में ये बात थी, हो सकता है भी कहीं फूड में ही उसकी मदर खाना पॉइजन ना मिला दे। इज इट क्लियर? फॉर दैट रीज़न ही 9 years he didn't eat the food. Clear? So now Helmut have realized all it. His father had been a Nazi. Is it clear? Now his father is a Nazi and he is a supporter of Adolf Hitler. Now the Helmut's father was a Nazi and he is a supporter of Hitler. Many of you will know something about the Nazis and the Hitler. आप सब ने सुना ही होगा नाजिस और हिटलर के बारे में। इस चैप्टर में हम डिटेल के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, what is the ideology of Hitler and what is his determination. Probably know of Hitler's determinations to make Germany into a mighty power and his ambitions of conquering all Europe. Now this was the ambitions of the Hitler, to make Germany a mighty power. You may have heard that he killed Jews, but Nazism was not one or two isolated acts. It was a system, a structure of ideas about the world and the politics. Now he wants it. Ideology of the Nazism, it is not the only one or two isolated acts. It was a system or a structure which the Hitler want the world to make according to his own views, political views. Now let us try and understand what Nazism was all about. Let us see why Helmut's father killed himself and what was the basis of his fear. Clear? Now here in your key terms it is written allies and Axis power. Now Allied power, as I already told you, Allied powers were initially led by UK and France. In 1941 they were joined by USSR, means Russia and USA. They fought against the Axis power Germany, Italy and Japan. Now is it clear? On one side there are allies and on other side there are Axis power. We have to remember here that Axis power, in which Germany, Italy and Japan was there, they got defeated and allies got winner. They won the war. Is it clear? Now see here. In May 1945, Germany surrendered to the allies. Now here question rises, why Germany surrenders to the allies? You know that as Germany was defeated, Axis power was defeated, so they have to agree with the situations of the allies. So Hitler, his propaganda minister Goebbels was his propaganda minister. Is it clear? Who makes the decisions, who makes the planning of what to do, what to not to do. Okay. Now Hitler and his minister Goebbels family, they committed suicide collectively in the Berlin bunker. बंकर क्या होता है? बंकर एक अंडरग्राउंड बेसमेंट है. इज इट क्लियर? सीक्रेट बेसमेंट मेड बाय द हिटलर वेयर ही गोज and make his secret plans. Now Hitler with his minister commits suicide in the bunker, Berlin bunker, in April. Is it clear? Now at the end of the war, International Military Tribunal at Nuremberg was set up. Now after that, International Military Tribunal was set up by the different allied countries. ठीक है? Why? To prosecute the Nazi war criminals for crimes against humanity. Now we will read this in further also, that during the time of Hitler's Nazi party, with the support of Hitler, they do much crimes against humanity. They killed many Jews, they killed many people in a concentration camps. We will discuss what is concentration camp. They are the gas chambers. We will read all about that in detail. For the time, just you have to remember this, that they Nazis was going to be prosecuted against the crimes which they have done against the humanity. Now questions raised that what were the crimes. We will read that also. These crimes which raised serious moral and ethical questions and invited worldwide condemnation. What were these acts? We will study this also. What were these acts? Now under the shadow of Second World War, Germany waged a genocidal war. Genocidal war. What is genocidal war? See below. At last, keyword: killing on a large scale leading to destruction of large sections of people. Now genocide is a term used when large number of people are killed by one community. Is it clear? We can say majority community kills the minority communities, or minority communities collectively kill the majority communities, that is called a genocide. Is it clear? Genocide means a killing of mass number of people. जब ज़्यादा अमाउंट में किसी लोगों को कत्लेआम किया जाता है उसको बोलते हैं जीनोसाइड. इज इट क्लियर? Germany had waged a genocidal war which resulted in the mass murder of selected groups of innocent civilians of Europe. The number of people included 6 million Jews, 2 lakh Gypsies. Gypsies were a tribe of German. 1 million Polish civilians. Polish civilians are the persons who are living in Poland. Poland is on the right hand side of Germany. 70,000 Germans who were considered mentally and physically disabled. Now here in this chapter a question arises in your mind, why the Hitler killed his own people also, German whole people also. He only killed those who are undesirable, means who are mentally retarded or physically disabled. He want a race, that only one race we will study in this chapter, Nordic Aryan race. He considered them as superior and others as inferior. So even the Germans who are not physically fit and who are mentally retarded, he also eliminated them also. Is it clear? He want a race of a fit and a Nordic Aryans only. Is it clear? Nazi devised an unprecedented means of killing people, that is by gassing them in various killing centers like Auschwitz. As I have already told that number of people were put in the concentration camps, gas chambers, and they were killed there. So this was a act which we have discussed earlier, the crimes against humanity. Okay, this is called genocide. In this way he kills large number of people. Nuremberg tribunal sentenced only 11 leading Nazis to death. Now here a question arises in your mind, then why the allied countries gave sentenced only 11 leading Nazis to death? What about the others? Many others were imprisoned for life. We will discuss that also. It is written in the last line. The retribution did come, yet the punishment of the Nazis was far short of the brutality and the extent of their crimes. अब जैसा कि ये क्वेश्चंस मैंने बोला भी, जैसे जिस तरह से उन्होंने क्राइम किया था उसके हिसाब से सिर्फ 11 जाने को हुई सज़ा देना, ये कोई सही कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं लग रहा था. ठीक है, तो क्या उन्होंने अलाइज पावर ने ऐसा क्यों किया, उसके पीछे भी एक रीज़न था. Allies did not want to be as harsh as on defeated Germany as they had been the First World War. This was the main reason. अलाइज पावर ने ये देख लिया था कि फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार के बाद में जो हमने ट्रीटीज़ लगाई थी जर्मनी पे, वो दैट वर द वेरी हार्श ट्रीटीज़. उसमें से एक ट्रीटी थी ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेल्स. ठीक है, जो मेन रीज़न बनी सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार का. ठीक है, जर्मनी को इकोनॉमिकली, पॉलिटिकली, मिलिट्रली क्रिपल्ड कर दिया था ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेल्स ने, जिसका रिवेंज लेने के लिए हिटलर ने सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार स्टार्ट की. एज इट क्लियर? विच इट वाज अ रीज़न ऑफ द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार. ठीक है, तो इसको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए ही अलाइज ने अब सोचा इस बार हम इतनी हार्श ट्रीटी नहीं लगाएंगे जर्मनी पे. ठीक है, इसलिए उन्होंने सबको नहीं मारा, इम्प्रिजमेंट कर दी. जो मेन थे उनको उन्होंने 11 पर्सन्स वर हैंग्ड, नॉट दी ऑल. अलाइज learned a lesson from the First World War, that the treaty they has opposed after the First World War, Treaty of Versailles for Germany, and other treaties for other countries also, which were the defeated countries, which resulted in a Second World War. Is it clear? तो उस चीज़ से बचने के लिए उन्होंने ट्रीटी को हार्श नहीं किया ज़्यादा. Is it clear? Let's begin. Here you can see the picture of Hitler and the symbol which he used for his army. This symbol resembles with the swastika symbol of the Hindu's religion. Is it clear? So there is a reason also behind his this symbol. We will study that also after the chapter. For easing for your chapter, let's see what is the introduction of this chapter. We have studied already. This lesson explains the rise of Hitler and his propaganda, the areas on which he concentrated to make Germany the world power. Here you can see the Allied power and Central power. Central powers in pink color and Allied powers in green color. You can see Central power. Central power are Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria and Ottoman Empire. These are the countries at First World War. You have to remember First World War में जो सेंट्रल कंट्री थी जर्मनी की, उनको सेंट्रल पावर्स बोलते थे. लेकिन आफ्टर सेकंड वर्ल्ड वॉर और ड्यूरिंग द सेकंड वर्ल्ड वॉर दे आर कॉल्ड एक्सिस पावर. लेकिन जो अलाइड थे वो अलाइड ही रहे. अलाइड फोर्सेस ग्रेट ब्रिटेन, फ्रांस, रशिया, सर्बिया. इज इट क्लियर? So these are the allied powers and central power. I hope whole thing is clear to you. जैसे जैसे आप इस चैप्टर को पढ़ोगे आपको इसके बारे में डिटेल में पता लगता जाएगा. स्टूडेंट्स, इट इज़ नॉट अ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट चैप्टर, इट इज़ वेरी वेरी इजी चैप्टर. लेकिन इसको समझ के पढ़ना है, ठीक है? डोंट यूज़ रोट लर्निंग. इज़ इट क्लियर? दैट विल हार्म you. It is better to learn by understanding, by experience, relate it with the previous lesson. Okay, goodbye and take care.